Hey guys, what's up? It's Sky, and I've been playing Battlefield 1. But first, check out this hilarious grenade derp that actually results in an epic 5-piece for me. Now I know most of my viewers are Battlefront players, and hopefully I bring in some Battlefield players. I still jump on Battlefront, but I'll probably be switching to Battlefield for the majority of my playtime. And I hope some of you Battlefront players will be convinced to try it out. Now, it's not a perfect game. Honestly, I like it a little less than BF4 and a lot less than BF3. But nonetheless, I'm enjoying it, and it's a big departure from a lot of the modern day shooters. And the biggest reason is the removal of assault rifles. Basically, there's no longer a automatic weapon that works at all ranges. And I'll be honest with you, I like my easy button automatic weapons. I mean, I'm not one of the people that hates on Call of Duty players. I love Call of Duty because it's the basic fundamental design of having one or two types of weapons that pretty much work in all situations. But Infinite Warfare seems like a bust this year, so I'll probably be spending the majority of my time on Battlefield. I might check out Modern Warfare Remastered just to see how it is. But without further ado, I wanted to make this video to talk about the infantry play in this game because it's radically different from what most of us are used to, and I even had a lot of trouble in the beginning. I was struggling to go positive, and just recently I've been able to put up some good gameplay. And I had to make a lot of adjustments to my playstyle. So if you're like me and you're having trouble getting used to the different style of gameplay in Battlefield 1, this video is for you. Now, if you're first jumping on Battlefield 1, I really recommend that you play the Assault class like I'm doing in the video. I managed to go like 19 and 9, I think. And it's not an amazing KD, but I haven't really been able to put up great KD in Battlefield like I can in Battlefront. And there's a couple of reasons for that. First off, the game moves a lot faster. Sprinting doesn't ping you on the minimap, so everyone's going to be jamming that sprint button to get places, and you're going to want to do that too. The maps are kind of big, even in TDM, but the overall pacing and flow is a lot more like Call of Duty. You'll want to be checking the minimap and look for where your teammates are, because you can bet that the areas where your teammates aren't is where the enemy is, and you got to be watching your back because you're going to get flanked. Battlefield is slightly more tactical than Battlefront. You really have to watch positioning and stick with your teammates, and one of the biggest reasons is health regeneration is painfully slow in Battlefield. You really want to try to stick with a medic, or at least stick with a group of teammates so that if you get in trouble, you can duck under cover and heal up without having 2 or 3 enemies just gang rush you. Now, one of the biggest problems with having so much of a focus on team play is that when you're playing in pubs, you might be stuck with a lot of people that have no idea what to do and are just running around randomly. And you have to just try to fit in the best you can. Now, one of the biggest tips for TDM is that you really want to watch when you squad spawn. I found that more often than not, my squad will just be in a random part of the map in the enemy spawn. And squad spawning on them just results in a squad wipe, so you'd be surprised, but a lot of times just spawning away from your squad and in your team spawn is the best play. Especially in TDM, where it doesn't take that long to get anywhere. By the way, check out this gameplay sequence. Remember that the Assault class has the anti-tank grenades. So essentially you have 4 grenades, and you really need them as a long-range and crowd control option, because SMGs are not extremely effective at range. Now, my current favorite Assault weapon is actually the default starting weapon, the MP18 Trench. Now, a lot of people like the Automatico, but my problem with the Automatico is that you really only get 1 kill per magazine. I mean, the Automatico is good if you're just facing up people 1v1, but you really shouldn't be playing that way in this game. You should be trying to stick with your team, because otherwise, you'll kill someone and then his medic buddy will come from behind and clean you up and revive him, and basically you won't have accomplished anything. And the last thing you should know is how to handle an SMG. And you may ask what I'm talking about when I say that, but in Battlefield, there's a huge bonus to accuracy when aiming down sights, but you also have to remember that when you aim down sights, your movement is penalized. And furthermore, if you move while you shoot, even when you're aiming down sights, your accuracy is penalized. So I've made up a couple general rules of thumb. If you flank the enemy and get the first shot advantage, aim down sights and plant your feet. If you engage someone in barrel stuffing range, basically he's right in your face, just hip fire and move around. If you're at really long range and it's a neutral gunfight, say you both see each other at the same time, aim down sights and move around. Unless you have some really great cover, like your head glitching a nice box or looking out a windowsill. And lastly, in those close to mid-range neutral gunfights, start out hip firing, move around and try to be evasive, and once you acquire your target and settle your aim on them, then aim down sights and continue to move around. And you'll see a great example of that right here. And the reason for this is that at mid-range, the spread of the gun starts to get a little much when you just lay on the trigger. But you don't want to aim down sights right away because you'll just be a sitting duck. Now if you master this, I guarantee you'll be winning a lot more gunfights. And another thing is, when you die, don't go back to the deployment screen right away. Wait for your medics because someone's probably nearby trying to revive you. And if you've been playing as medic, you know how annoying it is when you're about to revive someone, they just go and respawn. But I waited for my revive and it gave me the opportunity to keep this run going just a little bit longer. We made this nice little come from behind win. And you'll see here I try to nade check this corner, but this enemy assault player gets a jump on me, but I outgun him and we end up kill trading for the win. Now, rest assured, Battlefield Flight School is going to be the main series that I'm going to focus on. I just wanted to get this one out there because I enjoy infantry gameplay too. You know, I'm not one of those pilots that just flies planes all the time. And if you've had a chance to jump in the airplanes in Battlefield 1, I'm sure you've had your frustrations with the AA turrets and the side seats and the attack planes and bombers. I'm going to cover all that. I got some great dogfight footage, so stay tuned. Thanks guys. I'll catch you later.